cheapest one things. Yeah, I was going to tell you guys in bond information, your email on support date, all the stuff's going to be on the paperwork, so you want to remember. Everything will be listed right on. People can get it.
Yeah, those are the beginning ones.
All right.
Okay, be seated. All right, this is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar. I'm going to call you in individually. You'll state your name and date of birth. I will tell you what you've been booked on and whether an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I'm also going to give you the date of your next court appearance. I will let you know whether you're eligible for a bond or not. If it's a secured bond, that means you can go through a bonding company. Phone numbers for the various bonding companies are located in that jail area. You can call any one of them. They will accept collect calls. Now, if it's a cash bond, then you have to pay the entire amount of the bond. I'm also going to tell you if I've set any release conditions, like no contact with the alleged victim or no going back to the alleged scene of the crime. You need to follow each and every condition if you want to stay released. Let me remind you, if you've been ordered by a court not to have contact with the victim and then you do so, you may be charged with an additional felony. Now, when you come into the courtroom, please be aware, this is all being video recorded. So do not talk about the facts of your case, as you have the right to remain silent. As you leave the courtroom, court staff there is going to hand you your paperwork. On your paperwork, you're going to see on the top your charges, then whether you've been given an attorney or not, where, when, what time your next court date will be. Then it'll tell you whether you're eligible for a bond or not, and then it will have a list of all your release conditions. Now, the purpose of this hearing is to determine whether you're eligible for a bond or not. That decision is based on your past criminal history, any failures to appear, your current charges, and Arizona law. It's not based on personal information, so don't go into that. And finally, for the record, the court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month, March 2025, shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Can I have Damian Madrigon come into the courtroom, and then Dakota Hayden to the chair outside the courtroom? Sir, state your name and date of birth.
I am Damian Mondragon. My birthday is June 27, 1999.
Okay. So you have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault, that's a Class 3 felony, and one kind of threat, that's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference on April the 4th at 8:30. I'm also setting an evidentiary hearing for April the 7th at 1:30. Arizona has a criminal rule of procedure. It's called 4.2A7A. If you're out on release on a felony and you allegedly commit another felony, you can't bond out. You have to stay. You're non-bondable. But you do get to challenge that. That's going to be at that evidentiary hearing where you and your attorney can challenge that. That's going to be on April the 7th at 1:30. Okay? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Dakota, come on in. And then Daniel Roja to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Dakota Hayden, May 29th, 1996.
Okay, you have two matters. The first one is a failure to appear warrant alleging one kind of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony. One kind of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. You already have a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 9th at 8:30. Set a $500 bond on that. Then the second one, this is an arrest warrant. This alleges one count of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Now, pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 4.2A7A, you were out on release on a diversion agreement when this allegedly occurred. So pursuant to Arizona law, you can't bond out. You must stay in custody, but you and your attorney, you get to challenge that. And that's going to be at that evidentiary hearing on April the 7th at 1:30. Okay? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Daniel, come on in. McCollum, Garul, to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Daniel Roja. I was
January 4th, 03.
All right, you've got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault. I think they charged it as a Class 2, or a 3. It shouldn't be. It should be a Class 4, which I dropped it to, which benefits you. So it's a Class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $25,000 bond. Now you also have a probation violation. You're on probation for a Class 6 felony. Probation is alleging you violated terms 3 and 5. Plus you got these new charges. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, April 7th at 8:30. Pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2C, you'll be held non-bailable. Get your paperwork from the court staff. McCollum, come on in. William Colfin to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Michael Gurule, 9589.
All right, you've got 4 matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of taking contraband in a correctional facility, Class 2 felony. One kind of theft of means of transportation, Class 3 felony. One kind of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing is going to be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. I've set a $10,000 bond. Now the next 3 are all probation violations. Probation is now alleging you violated your probations. You're on probation for 2 Class 6 felonies and 1 Class 3. You've now violated your probation because you got a Term 1 violation. You got new charges. I've appointed a lawyer on all of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, April 7th at 8:30. And pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2C, you'll be held non-bailable. Get your paperwork from the court staff. William Colfin, come on in. Ana Arredondo Pesquera to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
William Colfin, 11368.
Okay, you have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, Class 3 felony. One kind of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony. One kind of disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony. Now, based on your financial affidavit, I couldn't find you indigent. So you can do one of 2 things. Hire your own attorney or give more information to the next court. Okay? Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $75,000 bond. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime, no possessing of any weapons, and no contact with any victims. Understood?
Understood.
Okay.
May I ask a question? Is that a surety bond?
It's not cash. You can go through a bonding. Okay?
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Get your paperwork. No weapons, sir.
No weapons. No weapons, no more.
Okay. Anna, come on in. Willie Ferris, come on to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Ana Arredondo Pesquera, March 31st, 1998.
Okay, you have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault. On this one, too, they charged a Class 2 felony. It shouldn't be. I changed it to a Class 3, which is to your benefit.
Thank you, ma'am.
I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing is going to be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. I've set a $50,000 bond. Absolutely no returning to the alleged scene of the crime. No contact with the alleged victim. No possessing of any weapons. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Willie Ferris, come on in. Andrea Irving to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Here. Willie Ferris. Willie Ferris.
Date of birth?
11/16/80.
Of 80?
1980, yes, ma'am.
You have two matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault. Again, I think they charge this as a 2 or a 3. I changed it to a Class 4, which is to your benefit. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference April 4th at 8:30. I set a $25,000 bond. Absolutely no returning to the alleged scene of the crime, no contact with the alleged victim. No contact means no social media, no calling, no texting, no calling somebody else to call them. No contact.
Okay.
Then the second one that you have is a Superior Court arrest warrant. This one alleges child or vulnerable adult abuse, Class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference April 4th at 8:30. I've set a $5,000 bond on this. Again, no returning to the alleged scene of the crime, no contact with the alleged victim, no weapons.
Your Honor. I actually went down to the Superior Court like a few weeks back, and they told me that I could only show up on the first Tuesday and like the third Thursday of the month in order for me to get the warrant squashed, because my attorney had told me about it when I had appeared in court, and I tried to go over there, but they was only open like on Tuesdays, Thursdays, like it's weird hours. But I was actually going down there this Tuesday to get it squashed so I can get a new court hearing, because I had never received the mail in the mail. But when I did show up to court, my attorney told me, and I headed right over there to get it squashed, and they told me I had to come back on the first Tuesday of the month. So I was actually going down there on Tuesday of this week here to get that.
Well, you're still going to have a bond on this because these are serious charges. It should have been more, actually, but get your paperwork from the court staff. Andrea Irving, come on in. Jordan Pollack to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Andrea Irving, September 22nd, 1966.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault, Class 2 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $25,000 bond. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime. No contact with the alleged victim.
Your Honor, it was my home, and I told him to. I mean, the police officers escorted him out, so he's not there at my home. And if I can get get out on my own recognizance, I would. Because I don't.
I'm not going to release you on your own recognizance. Let me just see the.
I'm not on probation or anything, and I just don't have the money. I'm on Social Security. I don't have.
Can you reprint this? I will just put the no contact order so that if it's your home.
Yes, ma'am. It's a 55.
And you get, and you're able to bond out, but I'm keeping the bond.
So how much?
$25,000, but you can go through a bonding company.
So is that half of that, or
usually 10%?
10%.
All right, and I changed it to a Class 3 felony. I don't know why. It seems like every ag assault is higher than it should be. So it's a Class 3 felony. And that is to your benefit. You still can't have any contact with the alleged victim. They're going to bring you your paperwork, okay? All right. Jordan, come on in. And then John Lynn to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Jordan Pollack,
Born July 31st, 1995.
All right, you have two matters. The first one is a Superior Court arrest warrant alleging one count of theft of means of transportation. It's a Class 3 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30, set a $20,000 bond. Then the next one is you've got another Superior Court arrest warrant for one count of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. I set a $500 bond.
Okay.
All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. John Lynn, over here. Come on in. Alyssa Enos to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
43075.
And your name?
John Lynn.
You've got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated domestic violence, Class 5 felony, one kind of an assault, Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $15,000 bond. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime. No contact with the alleged victim. No email, no texting, no social media, no having somebody else call. None of that. Got it?
Yes.
Get your paperwork from the court staff. Alyssa Enos, come on in. Zarabeth Nissen to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Alyssa Enos, 11503.
Okay, you have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of child or vulnerable adult abuse, Class 3 felony, one count of aggravated DUI with the passenger under the age of 15, one kind of aggravated DUI while license is suspended or revoked. Those are both Class 4 felonies. One kind of obstruction, refusing to give a true name, Class 2 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $10,000 bond. No contact with the alleged victim. Got it?
That would have been, yeah, okay.
No contact.
Okay.
Get your paperwork from the court staff. You know what? I need to make one more change on this, that you can't drive with anybody under the age of 18. Can you reprint that again? Okay. Zarabeth, come on in. Crystal Helton to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Zarabeth Nissen, 2/12/1994.
All right, you have three matters. We'll do one at a time. The first one is a probation violation warrant for your probation that you're on for a Class 3 felony. Probation is alleging you violated terms 6, 7, 14, and 15. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, April 7th at 8:30. Set a $2,500 bond on that. The next one is a Superior Court new case alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond. And then lastly, you've got a Superior Court arrest warrant. This alleges one count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. This allegedly occurred June 21st of 2022. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond on this. If you post all three bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff.
Okay.
Crystal Helton, come on in. And then Devin Chiago to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Crystal Ann Hilton,
My birthday is 1/30/1969.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond. If you post that, you need to go to court. You have 12 failures to appear in court.
Yes, ma'am.
Get your paperwork. Devin, come on in. Eli Klein to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Devin Chiago, January 2nd, 2007.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of theft of means of transportation, a Class 3 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 14th at 8:30. Going to release you to pretrial services, no returning to the alleged scene of the crime, no contact with any alleged victims, no contact with your co-defendants, people that were with you. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Eli, come on in. Martika Charlie to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Eli Klein, 10/20/2006.
2003 or 6?
6.
Okay. You've got a Superior Court new case alleging one count of theft of means of transportation, Class 3 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 14th at 8:30. Going to release you to pretrial services. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime, no contact with any victims, no contact with your co-defendants, the people you were with.
Yes,
Got
ma'am.
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Get your paperwork from the court staff. Martika, come on in. Elmer Nystrom to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Martika Charlie, December 23rd, 1994.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of criminal damage, Class 6 felony, one count of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, one count of an assault, Class 3 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 14th at 8:30. Going to release you to pretrial services. No contact with the alleged victim whatsoever. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Get your paperwork from the court staff. Elmer, come on in. And then Paul Montijo to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Elmer Nystrom, 8/23/66.
Are you here on any other matter?
No, this is my first time out here. I mean, I moved in with my nephew. He brought me out here.
You have a Justice Court new case for one count of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, one count of an assault, Class 3 misdemeanor. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be an arraignment, April 15th, 9 o'clock. Going to release you on your promise to go to court. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime.
I live at the house of my nephew.
Yeah, you can't live there. If the victim is there, can't live there.
No, I don't think she's there now because she got kicked out from this because my sister is my nephew's mother, and she called last night. She talked to the cop on the phone this morning and said that she was being kicked out because of what happened over there.
Well, wait a minute. Does she have a right to be there?
No.
Whose house is it?
My nephew's.
Your nephew?
My nephew.
Okay.
That's the one that brought me down. I was down there.
So what, I don't want you talking and saying anything that might get you in trouble, okay?
Okay, I promise
so
that.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say that you cannot have any contact with the alleged victim. If she is there for some reason, you can't be there.
Okay.
If she's not, you can go there.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Get your paperwork from the court staff.
And thank you.
Paul, come on in.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Your Honor.
State your name and date of birth.
My correct name is Pablo Joel Montijo. I don't know what's going on with what's going on with all this
All
paperwork.
right, let me help you out with it, okay? Did you get that paperwork to read?
Yes, I don't understand.
Okay, we'll talk about this, but first of all,
Yes.
these are some charges that fugitive of justice paperwork is from the state of Texas. They want you back on some charges, okay? Specifically, they have you on probation, at least on the first one I looked at. And they have a third-degree felony on probation, and they're saying they're going to extradite you to come back, okay? On the second one, you see 18, number 18?
Hold on, man.
So there's no paperwork attached. All right, now, but you also have some stuff that's local, sir.
Yes,
So that might impact on what you want to do on this stuff in Texas. So let's do...
Can I stop you there for a second, ma'am, please? I have an identical twin brother. I haven't seen him for over 17 years or more. I don't talk to my family, ma'am. He lives somewhere out that direction, but I got an identical twin brother.
Okay, let's go through what you're charged with here.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, you have a Superior Court new case. It alleges 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, 1 count of disorderly conduct with a weapon, those are both class 6 felonies, 1 count of threats, class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of criminal trespass, class 3 misdemeanor. Then they charged you with obstruction, refusing to give a true name. But I didn't get any information on that, so I did not find probable cause on that. Now, I'm appointing you a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing is going to be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30, and I've set a $50,000 bond on that. Now, secondly, you've got you're on probation here in Arizona as well, on a class 3 felony. Probation is alleging you violated your probation now, because you got new charges, the drugs and the drug paraphernalia. You got the new charges. It's a term 1. I'm appointing a lawyer to represent you on that. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, April 7th at 8:30. And pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2C, you're going to be held no bail, can't bond out. So no matter what, on your Arizona charges, you're going to be staying in custody. Okay? Let me just ask a question. That what?
They'll be sending over that hit right now.
Okay. So, on these 2 things from Texas, first of all, I want to tell you, I have no choice on this. They were contacted, they have a valid warrant, and they want to come get you.
Ma'am, I'm asking to have you order the fingerprint analysis to redo the correct, proper procedure, because here in the state of Arizona, in Maricopa County, they haven't did the right procedure in this jail lately.
Okay, I don't have...
By the federal government guideline.
Okay, I don't have the power to do that.
Yeah, she just told me.
The power that I have right now is on these fugitive of justice warrants. Let me tell you what your options are, okay?
No,
you get 2 options. There's option 1 and option 2. 1 is that you can waive all your rights and be sent back to Texas, but you wouldn't be sent back right away because you've got charges here in Arizona. It would be after all the charges are done in Arizona. Okay? Option number 2, you can fight this and say, I'm not giving up all my rights. I'm going to fight this. I want an extradition hearing. And I want the governors of both states to review all the paperwork and sign a governor's warrant. I'm not going to give up my rights. Those are your 2 charges on this, okay? If you say, I'm not going to give up your rights, I'm going to set a hearing for you, and it's going to be on April the 7th. Now, I can't appoint you an attorney because attorneys, fugitive of justice warrants, they're civil.
Yes, I understand that.
But let me tell you something. I did appoint you a lawyer on your charges here in Arizona. And you could ask that attorney if maybe they could look at some of this other stuff if you don't give up your rights, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And because they're probation violations, you don't have a bond on them. Either way, let me just get through what I have to, and then you can ask me a question, okay? You're not eligible for a bond because these are probation violation, and that is every state in the country. If it's probation, you're held no bond. Now, a governor's warrant signed by the governors, because they got to review everything, and you're not giving up your rights. That can take up to 90 days, okay? So given that you're telling me that you really didn't understand this, and you didn't understand what you wrote, I don't think you should give up your rights.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not, ma'am. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I've been coming to this job. Last week I came here, and not for this, and this never came up. And this is, they know who I have an identical twin brother.
Let me just tell you when they were contacted about this. Let me look at the warrant for you, okay?
Never.
Yesterday, March 29th, is when they got the hit, which means that Arizona contacted the district attorney. There's a Judge Malhotra who issued this.
That's what Scott said.
No bond, and they have decided that they're willing to send people here to come get you.
Yeah, and what? And I've working with them with open arms, and with you too, because you're speaking on something that is not correct.
Is not what?
Not correct.
Not correct? Oh, okay.
Yes, I need to fix that on your guys' file. I'm sick and tired of that. I've been dealing with this for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Or since whenever that started. I don't talk to that man. I don't talk to none of my family, ma'am.
Well, that might be part of the problem, because if you don't talk to them, you can't clear this up.
I've been away from her. I've been overseas, ma'am.
Well, but it says you're still on probation. And if you're still on probation, then it says for a family violence offense.
I don't have family. I don't have a wife. I don't have shit, ma'am. Excuse my language, ma'am.
Well, it still says you're on probation.
How long that guy, that man is? Not me.
Not according to this, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna make you eat your words, ma'am.
Okay.
I promise you that.
All right. So
on the second note,
I think what you're telling me though is that you want to fight this. You're not going to give up any rights.
Definitely. And I'm gonna come back and put 30 in your face and show you, ma'am. Eat your words next time. Watch what you say to me.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is say you're not going to give up your rights. You're going to fight this.
Correct,
and your next hearing is going to be on, you'll see another judge, the next judge you're gonna see is like the expert on this stuff. And it's gonna be on April the 7th at 1:30, okay?
Correct.
Now, hang on just a second, because I wanna make sure on the first one, they have two of them. On the first one, I can see the warrant. On the second one, I can't see it. So I want to make sure that there's two. Right now, I see one.
Don't even don't waste our time on this no more, please. I would like to speak on the first, on first hand, what's on the agenda on the charges.
You mean the matters
in Arizona?
In Arizona,
yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
So well, I don't want you to talk about the new charges.
No, I just would like to talk about the bond amount, ma'am.
Okay.
I would like.
On which one? On the
$50,000 bond.
The $50,000 bond?
Yeah, and that's. I didn't run over nobody. I didn't kill nobody. I didn't.
No, I know that, but I based that on the holds from Texas. You can't bond out anyways.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. I just told you, because you have probation violations in Texas, even if I gave you $1 on that one, you can't bond out.
Okay, then give me $1 on that one. We'll figure that out later. I'll figure out that later, ma'am. Don't. You just said, show me. I'm from the show me state, ma'am.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I will tell you.
Next time, don't open your mouth and you can't do nothing.
You're no bond on your probation violation here, too.
Don't worry about that.
So
I'm asking you on the hand, what brought me in here, ma'am. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, you're going backwards on me.
What I'll tell you I'll do is I will.
You just said you're going to be $1 amount,
I will reduce it.
Now, all of a sudden, you say you're going to give me $1 amount. You don't matter what.
I'm not going to give you $1 because you have a lot of felonies here going on.
It doesn't matter, ma'am. I'm asking you.
So I reduced it to $20,000. We're going to get new paperwork for you. All right?
Why so?
You can go through a bonding company.
Okay, so why so high still?
Why so high? Well, you got at least 2 felonies. You got a felony out of Arizona. And out of Arizona, they're saying you violated your probation. All right? And then you got at least 1, if not 2 felonies out of Texas.
Like I said, I'm gonna make you eat that word. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure. Can I get you? Can you write your email on that so I could send it over to you and put big hat pictures and make you say each your words on it, ma'am?
I'm not sure what you're asking me to do.
Give me your email address so I can send when I get exonerated. When I get exonerated from this, so I can laugh at you.
Yeah, you still have probation here, and at least 1 probation out of Texas, if not 2. So we can take we have a Spanish speaker, but I've still got to wait on this second one. Did they get the paperwork?
Expedited, they're judge, they should be ready for paperwork.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you redo my fingerprints on Texas, please?
No, I can't. I mean.
So what are you useful for then?
You've got to be held.
What are you useful for?
Yeah, well, some people say I'm not very useful.
Are you married still?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer those questions, sir, but every state in the country has agreed. If somebody is on probation, another state is required by law to hold them no bond if it's a parole violation or a probation violation. Every judge in this country has to do that by law. So if you want to step over here,
yes, ma'am.
They'll bring you your paperwork. And then do we have our Spanish speaker?
We're waiting for paperwork.
Is this one matter?
This is 3.
The copies you gave me is one matter?
No, 3 matters.
know why we've had a lot of DUIs in the middle of the day here. Un momento.
Hello, this is Officer Samosa.
Hi, Officer Samosa, Cindy Nanetti at the Search Warrant Center. I have your warrant. Are you ready to be sworn?
I am.
Do you swear or affirm that the information contained in the affidavit and warrant are true and accurate to the best of your personal knowledge, information, or belief?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I've granted it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yep, bye-bye. And I got, what did it call, about 5 or 6 o'clock last night to cover today. And I shouldn't have answered the phone. Should have just had a nice Sunday watching basketball. All right, do we have an interpreter?
They're transferring right now.
Is it busy back there? Not really? How's my 5? And my 8? Ooh, 5's not bad. Thank you. Ooh, 8's not bad either. Interpreter?
Are we all together? Yes.
Hi, my name. Yes, I can hear you. My name is Cindy Nanetti. I'm a judge pro tem with the court here in Maricopa County. We are in court, so I do need to swear you in. Are you ready?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm that the information you're about to interpret from English to Spanish and Spanish to English will be true and accurate to the best of your knowledge and ability?
Yes, I swear.
Okay, we're going to get started right now. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Señor, si puede decir su nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
Alejandro Morales Ramírez, 10-25-85.
Alejandro Morales Ramírez, 10-25-85.
Was it October?
¿Es octubre?
Sí.
Yes.
Sir, you're here on 2 matters.
Señor, se encuentra aquí por 2 cuestiones.
The first is an El Centro Justice Court new case.
La primera es por un nuevo caso por la Corte de la Justicia del Centro.
Alleging 1 count of driving under the influence of liquors or drugs.
Se le encuentra conduciendo bajo la influencia de licor o drogas.
That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. Interpreter? No. Why me? Interpreter?
She just left the meeting. I will call again. I was wondering if you can talk about that. Okay, I will go in.
Interpreter?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, my name's Cindy Nanetti. I'm a judge pro tem with the court here in Maricopa County. Because we're in court, I do need to swear you in. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Do you swear or affirm that the information you're about to interpret from English to Spanish and Spanish to English will be true and accurate to the best of your knowledge and ability?
Yes, I swear.
Okay, we're going to get started right now. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Can I introduce myself to the person now?
Yes.
Thank you. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Leo, seré su intérprete de español. Vamos a empezar ahorita. ¿Podría por favor darme su nombre y fecha de nacimiento?
10-25-85, Alejandro Morales Ramírez.
Alejandro Morales Ramirez, 10-25-85.
The first case you have is a Justice Court new case.
De acuerdo, el primer caso que usted tiene es de la Corte del Juez, es un nuevo caso.
Alleging one count of driving under the influence of liquor or drugs, Class 1 misdemeanor.
Alegando un cargo de manejar bajo las influencias de licor o drogas, clase número 1, es un delito menor.
I could not find that you're indigent, so you can either hire your own attorney or give more information to the next judge.
De acuerdo, no pude encontrarla a usted en indigente, entonces ya sea usted contrata su propio abogado o se le da información para al siguiente juez.
To see if you would be eligible for an attorney.
Para ver si usted sería elegible para un abogado.
Your next hearing is going to be in arraignment April 2nd at 8:30.
Su próxima audiencia va a ser un arreglo para el 2 de abril a las 8:30.
Está bien.
I've set a $1,000 cash bond.
Y he puesto aquí una fianza de $1,000 en efectivo.
Está bien.
It's fine.
You are not to possess or consume any alcohol.
Usted no puede poseer, ni puede conseguir, y ni puede consumir nada de alcohol.
Okay.
The next case that you have
El siguiente caso que usted tiene
is a Peoria Municipal Court warrant.
El siguiente caso que usted tiene es en la Corte Municipal de Peoria
For failure to pay on a driving under the influence.
por ser incapaz de pagar debido del manejo bajo el uso de influencias.
Ajá.
You will have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing on this case.
Usted va a tener un abogado apuntado para su siguiente audiencia para este caso.
Está bien.
It's fine.
Your next hearing will be an arraignment, April 1st at 9 a.m.
Su siguiente audiencia va a ser un arreglo para el 1 de abril a las 9 a.m.
Está bien.
It's fine.
And the judge on this one wanted a $3,951 bond. I reduced it to $500 cash.
Y el juez en este ha querido $3,951 de fianza. Yo lo he reducido a $500 en efectivo.
Está bien.
It's fine.
Get your paperwork from the court staff.
Tiene que ir a traer papeleo por parte de las personas que manejan la corte.
I think I was able to find it, Commissioner. I attached it.
You think that what? Oh, they might have. There it is.
Do the one from Jacqueline Coronado.
Yep. All right, you can bring him in. Okay, so we just got confirmation on the second one, and this is another probation. They're not saying anything. It says you owe child support on something, but that's not in front of me. This is just a probation violation. So again, I'm going to say that you're not waiving your rights, and because it's probation, you have to be held no bond. But you're going to have a hearing, and you can ask that judge to review everything. And that hearing is going to be on April the 7th at 1:30. All right? Good luck to you, sir. They'll have your paperwork there.
Yes, can you make sure you write your email so I can just, when I get it back exonerated, that one, so I can send it over, have my, lawyer send it on over to you, so.
Sure.
Laugh at you and tell you.
Send it out. Whoever your lawyer is, they'll see my
So,
name on there.
so I want an apology from you, a personal apology from you.
Okay, all right. Thanks, you guys.
We'll see you at
We'll see you at 5.
No, All right.
Be seated. Be seated. Okay, this is the 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar. I'm going to call you in individually. You'll state your name and date of birth. I will tell you what you've been booked on and whether an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I'm also going to give you the date of your next court appearance. I will let you know whether you're eligible for a bond or not. Now, if it's a secured bond, that means you can go through a bonding company. Phone numbers for the various bonding companies are located in the jail area. You can call any one of them. They will accept collect calls. If it's a cash bond, then you have to pay the entire amount of the bond. I'm also going to tell you if I've set any release conditions, like no returning to the alleged scene of the crime or no contact with the alleged victim. You need to follow each and every condition if you want to remain released. Let me remind you, if you've been ordered by a court not to have contact with the victim and then you do so, you may be charged with an additional felony. Now, please remember, when you come in the courtroom, this is all being video recorded. So do not talk about the facts of your case, as you have the right to remain silent. As you leave the courtroom, court staff's going to give you your paperwork. That's going to show you all your charges. If you have an attorney appointed for you, where, when, what time your next court date is, whether you're eligible for a bond or not, and then it'll have a list of all your release conditions. Purpose of this hearing is to determine whether you're eligible for a bond or not. That decision is based on your past criminal history, any failures to appear, Arizona law, and your current charges. It is not based on personal information, so don't go into that. And finally, the court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month, March 2025, it's the 30th today, shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Just gotta finish a warrant I was working on, and I'll be right with you.
Hello?
Hi, Officer Klein, Cindy Nanetti. Are you ready to be sworn? Do you swear or affirm that the information contained in the affidavit and warrant are true and accurate to the best of your personal knowledge, information, or belief? Okay, I have granted it. Good luck. Yep, bye-bye. Okay. Did our FOJ get the paperwork?
One more time?
Did the FOJ get the paperwork?
What's the name for J, Your Honor?
Danielle Lewis?
Okay, I'll give that.
Okay, Ruben Avalos, come on in. And then Kyle Daggett to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
My name is Ruben Maldonado Avalos, and it's December 8, 1989.
Okay, you have two matters. The first one is a failure to appear in court for one count of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. You already have a court-appointed lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. And I've set a $2,500 bond on that. Then the second one is you've got new charges alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Now, I'm also going to set an evidentiary hearing for April 7th at 1:30. So Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 4.2A7A says if you're out on release, you were out on release, you failed to go to court, and you allegedly commit a new felony, you can't get any bond. You have to stay in. But you and your attorney, you get to challenge that, and that's going to happen at that evidentiary hearing on April 7th at 1:30. Okay? All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Kyle Daggett, come on in. Jimmy Dorsey to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Kyle James Daggett, 8995.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated DUI while license is suspended for DUI, Class 5 felony, one kind of criminal damage, one count of resisting arrest, those are both Class 6 felonies, one count of exceeding the speed limit by 20 to 45 miles per hour, one count of reckless driving, one count of DUI, liquor, drug, or vapors, one count of driving while license suspended or revoked or canceled, failure to show a driver's license or ID. Those are all Class 1 misdemeanors. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. I'm also setting an evidentiary hearing for April 7th at 1:30 because you were out on release when this occurred. You're going to be held without bond. But you and your attorney can challenge that, and that'll happen at that evidentiary hearing on April the 7th at 1:30. Okay? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Jimmy Dorsey, come on in. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Jimmy Allen Dorsey, 11/11/1957.
All right, you have a Superior Court grand jury warrant, which means the grand jurors met, they heard testimony, they found probable cause on 2 counts of aggravated DUI while license is suspended or revoked, Class 4 felonies. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $10,000 bond. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Julia Satter, come on in. Or no, Julia. And then Tyler Makiwa to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Julia Satter, August 14, 99.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of burglary in the 3rd degree, Class 4 felony, one count of possession of burglary tools, Class 6 felony, 2 counts of theft, one count of resisting arrest, 2 counts of disorderly conduct. Those are all Class 1 misdemeanors. 1 count of obstruction, refusing to give a true name, and 1 count of criminal damage, Class 2 misdemeanors, those last 2. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond. If you post that bond, you're going to be on an ankle monitor. You cannot return to the alleged scene of the crime. Absolutely no contact with the victim. No email, no texting, no social media, no having somebody else call them. No contact. Got it? If you want to violate that, then you'll be right back in here and you'll stay on a very high bond. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Tyler, come on in. Jimmy Graham to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Tyler Makula, 4/28/1999.
All right, you have 3 matters altogether. The first one is a municipal court new case alleging 1 count of disorderly conduct, 1 count of threats, 1 count of criminal damage. Those are all Class 1 misdemeanors. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be an arraignment April 1st at 9 a.m. I set a $500 bond. Now, on the next 2, they're both probation violations. You're on probation for 1 Class 4 felony and 2 Class 4 felonies. Probation is alleging you've now violated your probation by getting new charges. That's called a Term 1 violation. I've appointed a lawyer on both of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, April 7th at 8:30. Set a $900 bond on each of these. Now, if you post these 3 bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime, no contact with the alleged victim. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Jimmy Graham, come on in. Christina Silvas to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Jason Graham, 12/04/1995.
You have a Superior Court arrest warrant alleging 1 count of possession for sale of narcotic drug, Class 2 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. Set a $500 bond. If you post that, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, get your
Hey,
paperwork.
is that a cash? Is that a cash?
No, not cash.
So she has to go to a bail bondsman. Thank you.
Christina, come on in. Angel Macias to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Christina Silvas, July 4th, 1979.
You've got a Yuma County Justice Court warrant for 1 count of theft. It's either a felony or a misdemeanor. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be an arraignment, April 2nd at 8:30. They'd asked for a $300 bond. All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Angel Macias, come on in. And then Danielle Lewis to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Angel Macias, March 14, 1996.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging 2 counts of organized retail theft, 2 counts of shoplifting, removal of goods. Those are all Class 4 felonies. 2 counts of removing a theft device, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Let me just tell you, the county attorneys asked for a pretty high bond on this. The new county attorney is taking this very seriously, but you don't have any prior history.
Yeah.
These dates of offenses are 2 months ago. I see that you started working.
And,
I don't want you to lose your job. I'm going to give you an opportunity to be released to pretrial services. Do you think you can keep your job if you're on electronic monitor or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yeah. If it matters at all,
Pardon?
If it matters at all, at the time, I was on drugs, on fentanyl at the time. I've been, sober.
Well, I don't want you to say anything. You know what? I'm going to take the electronic monitor off. I'm really giving you a big break here. Don't disappoint me. So you're going to be on pretrial services with drug testing and monitoring. Don't miss court because you really don't have a record. You got a job. You got a lot of stuff going for you now. So just go to court. A lot of people go, oh my God, I don't want to go to court because they might pull me in. That's the worst thing. If you're not committing any other crime, you got a job, you're doing everything, they're not going to change my order Got it?
Yes,
All right, they're gonna bring you your paperwork, okay? Danielle, come on in. Not sure this is even an FOJ, but I'm gonna treat it like an FOJ. State your name and date of birth.
Danielle Lewis, 21080.
All right, what's your date of birth?
21080.
210 of 80. All right. So you got a warrant here from Gila River, and they want you back. Yeah, apparently you were supposed to turn yourself in or something. So now you've got a valid warrant from failure to surrender for 100 days detention. This is on a revocation of probation. So did you get an opportunity to read that laminated card? Okay. So you have a choice to make at this time. Option number one, you can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and go back to Gila River within 30 days. That's option number one. Option number two, you can demand an extradition hearing and that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors, if they have a governor there, or president, of Arizona and Gila River. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held without bond in Maricopa County for a period of up to 30 days for them to come get you. That 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you don't have any criminal charges pending against you in Arizona. If you do have criminal charges pending against you in the state, the 30-day period would not start until those charges are resolved. Now, if you want to say, no, I want to fight this, then I'm going to set a hearing for you, which will be April 7th. I cannot appoint an attorney to represent you because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you would have the right to hire one at your own expense. You're not entitled to bail. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states can take up to 90 days. Do you know what you want to do? Either way, you're not going to get released.
Yeah, I'd rather go back to Gila River.
I can't hear you.
I'd rather have Gila River pick me up.
Say it again.
For the Gila River.
You want to go back to Gila River?
Yeah.
So you want to waive your rights?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go through this with you then to make sure, because that'll be a lot faster. I understand at this time you want to waive the right to extradition. I need you to answer some questions so I can make a record of this proceeding. Did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
Yes.
Do you understand that you do not have to sign the paperwork?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to have that extradition hearing?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of, or the president of either governor of Arizona and Gila River?
Yes.
Do you want to give up these rights and sign the paperwork?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork?
No.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication within the last 24 hours?
No.
I find that you're knowingly, intelligently, voluntarily signing the waiver, and I'm also going to sign it. I'm going to direct the sheriff's office to notify Gila River you are ready to return. The requesting state is 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up. If they don't, then you got to be released. Okay? Unless you have any local charges pending. If you have local charges pending, the 30 days would not start until the conclusion of the case. All right. You need to come over here and sign the paperwork. Yeah. All right, why is William Shade a house call, our house call guy?
Bizarre behavior, unpredictable.
Okay. William Denzel Shade, date of birth 7/8 of 1996. He's got a Superior Court new case alleging one count of aggravated assault, class 3 felony, one count of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent him. His next hearing will be a status conference, April 4th at 8:30. And I've set a $150,000 cash bond. He's also got a parole hold. And then also on this calendar, I received, reviewed, and considered 2 victim statements on case number 5 and case number 14. And then you got it cleared. Yep. Okay, can I have Rodney Ridley come on in?
Rodney Michael Ridley, February 21st, 1970.
All right, you have 3 matters, sir. The first 2 of them are probation violations.
Yes, ma'am.
You're on probation.
Yes, ma'am. After you get done, may I say a little something?
No, let me go through it,
Yeah,
and then I'll let you say whatever, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're on probation for a class 4 felony and a class 6 felony. Probation is alleging you violated terms 3, 5, and 15. I'm appointing a lawyer on both of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, April 7th at 8:30. Pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2C, you'll be held non-bailable. Now you've got new charges again. This is called what's called a grand jury warrant.
Yes, ma'am.
Which means the grand jurors met, they heard testimony, they found probable cause. On one count of failure to register as a sex offender, class 4 felony, and one count of failure to register as a sex offender, class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, April 4th at 8:30. And the grand jury judge set your bond at $2,000.
Yes,
okay?
Ma'am. Okay.
All right, now, what did you want to tell me?
Ma'am, I'm not gonna blow smoke up. I'm not gonna blow smoke in your face. Your Honor, I've been in and out of the hospital taking care of cancer, and the drugs they got me on right now, I forget. Okay, I take responsibility for not taking, and how can I put this, Your Honor? I'm not trying to worm out of it, but I just found out yesterday that I'm going to be a dad.
That you what?
That I'm going to be a dad.
Oh, okay.
And where we live out near Tax, and I
really want to warn you because I know what some of your release conditions might be and probation terms, so be very careful what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am. All I'm saying is one, I want to be there for my wife, and 2, I want to prove to the courts that I can be responsible and show up to court, Your Honor.
Well, let me just tell you what the probation department is saying, so you know. That you failed to report within 72 hours of any contact with law enforcement, that you didn't provide a current address, that you failed to obtain written approval of a permanent address, that you failed to register as a sex offender, and there's a note in here that says that you have a history of absconding from probation supervision and fleeing the state.
I did that once with an ex-female.
Again, sir, I just don't want you to be saying things.
Yes, ma'am.
All they have to do is prove one of those things, okay?
Okay.
So, you've got a $2,000 on the new charges, and then on the others, you're gonna be held no bond, but they might, if you work out a resolution on April 7th, then you can get released.
Ma'am,
I'm not changing anything.
I just want to. Excuse me. Right now, Your Honor, I just want to prove to myself and to her that I can do this.
I know, but you're not going to be released today. You've got court hearings, in about 7-8 days. And that could change then, but it's not changing now.
Please,
sir, you have a $2,000 cash bond. We
can't afford that.
Yeah, but the other two, you're going to be held without bond. Get your paperwork from the court staff. You've got 8 days at least.
First meeting 7 o'clock.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Yes, my name is Khalid Omar Rahman.
Mr. Rahman, I am seeing you this evening because you have a warrant for your arrest out of Pima County Justice Court. I know you've also got a probation hold out of Superior Court. I'm not seeing you on that this evening. I'm just seeing you on the Justice Court matter. You'll be seen in Superior Court separately for that. For right now, you're being held without bond on that probation matter. As to your Justice Court warrant, these are for charges of criminal trespass, criminal damage, shoplifting, and drug paraphernalia from November 11th of 2024. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I am going to order that you be held on a $250 cash bond on that matter. and order that you not return to that incident location. I'm going to appoint an attorney for you to represent you in justice court. That'll be Janet Altschuler. And then you will have a hearing by video tomorrow, Monday, the 31st at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You understand, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused.
All right. Have a nice day.
You too.
Nice night. Okay, you sleep right on. Day, night, night, day. Enjoy. Yes. All right.
Hi, sir.
Hello. I'm sorry, ma'am, what?
Can I get your full name, please?
Oh, my name is Marcos Eduardo Santacruz, ma'am.
Mr. Santa Cruz, I'm seeing you this evening because you have warrants out of Pima County Justice Court. It looks like there's 3 of them, and it looks like they are all probation violation warrants.
Ma'am, my name
No, it says that you are.
the victim of getting him to the computer. So I went to the loan. I talked to the other judge, she said she threw it out.
When was that?
This was like a week later after that.
When are we talking about?
But I went to court, the Mexican lady, this lady from California, put her on probation. I went to the probation department, not, I had Thursday, didn't go Friday, but I was at Monday, and that Monday, they said they didn't have none of my paperwork, they didn't know who I was. I just wrote my paperwork, and they told me they couldn't do nothing to me. So I left, and that was that.
All right. Well, you are on probation and a warrant issued for your arrest on January 10th for the probation violation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order that you be held on $500 cash bonds. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in justice court. That'll be Robin Ald. And then you're going to have a hearing tomorrow on Monday, the 31st at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And you'll talk to the judge about your situation.
You feel good?
I think it's going to be Judge Felix. I'm not sure who you saw.
It's California, Mexican lady.
It's a Maria Felix is who you're going to see tomorrow. All right. Okay. All right. You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, great. Okay. I'll put him in here. Thank you. Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
Jasmine Rose McKeon.
Ms. McKeon, I'm seeing you this evening because you have a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for an assault from back in 2021, and then a warrant issued when you failed to appear in court on that. Did you know that that was hanging out there?
No, ma'am, I actually live in California. I came back to Arizona so that I can get all of my, because I have to get my license. I have to get like updated court information. So I literally just took a trip out here so I could figure all of that out.
Okay.
I gave them an updated phone number and address, but I didn't have anything in the mail from that. I did experience a little bit of homelessness, so I wasn't too sure where my mail was going at the time anyway. And then I had to get my kids back. So yeah.
How did you get picked up on this?
I literally was trying to drive my car around because I just bought a vehicle because like I said, I was experiencing homelessness. I'm just getting back on my feet. So I bought a vehicle and it needed a lot of work done. So I had to drive it around to cycle it. The person who I'm buying it from, their plates were like 2 days expired, I guess.
Okay.
So she pulled me over for the plate being expired, and then when she read my name, she saw that I had that. She was gonna let me go, but she said she couldn't. I didn't even know I had it. Because the victim in this case doesn't come to court, right?
It's you know, so old. I don't know. We didn't have any contact with the victim. So, where are you staying while you're here? In your car?
No, I stay in Oro Valley at my grandparents'.
Okay, you have an address there?
I don't know it off the top of my heart. I think it's 4021 East Appleton Place.
And that's in Oro Valley?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you have a phone number?
520-701-6012.
All right. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear in court. I'm going to give you a court date. You have to get to this hearing. Is your plan to stay here for a while?
Yes, ma'am. Just so I can figure out all of my court things. I can't afford to keep coming from California to Arizona back and forth. I have 2 small children, so I was planning on staying here so I could get it all figured out.
All right. So because the court date that they gave me is not until May, so I'm wondering if maybe we should try and get you a sooner court date.
Please.
Is that possible? If she's going to see tomorrow. No, I know, but I don't want to hold her. I just don't. Garza? She took over for Wilson, right? Yeah.
I have April 15th at 11 a.m. is the earliest date that I have.
Okay, great. So I'm going to move your hearing up. So it'll be April 15th. That's in 2 weeks. At 11 o'clock in the morning in Justice Court. You're going to get paperwork with that information on it. Make sure you get to that hearing. They would have preferred that I hold you, but this happened so long ago, and it sounds like you're trying to take care of everything. So just make sure that you get to that hearing, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're excused.
Thank you.
You guys were earlier the way. Okay. Dudes.
I don't have any.
Yes, I do. We currently locked out Spillman, and because they were in Tahoe, the liaison did not get the citation.
Oh.
So my colleague will get it in mind.
Oh, and this is not who this is. Okay, I have the wrong file anyway. I see. Okay. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Samuel Robert Bruce, Your Honor.
Mr. Bruce, I am seeing you this evening on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and assault. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal.
Understood, Your Honor.
So it looks to me like you are on probation currently for a domestic violence felony case, right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
So I don't think that they've placed a probation hold on you yet, but I would expect that they will before you go.
I'm not sure what it is.
A probation hold. So that would be if probation finds out that you're in custody on new charges, that they would place a hold on you for violating your probation and keep you in jail. What I'm going to do, though, because they haven't put that on there yet, is I'm going to order that you be held on a $500 cash or secured bond. All right. So if you post that bond and they end up putting the hold on you, you're obviously going to stay in jail until you get to be seen in Superior Court on your probation violation. If you post that bond and they don't put a hold on you and you get out, you need to make sure that you contact your probation officer immediately and let them know.
They should have already known as of last night.
Okay. I'd be surprised if they don't put a hold on you, but maybe they won't. So if you get out, be in contact with them, okay?
Roger that, Your Honor.
All right. Let's see. And they did not, pretrial was not able to get in contact with the alleged victim, so I don't know what her position is, but I'm going to order for now that you have no contact with her. Were you living with her?
No, I was not.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to order no contact with Athena for the time being. I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. If you are still in custody, you will be seen by video on April 9th at 1:30. If you do post your bond and you get out, you're going to need to be at that hearing in Tucson City Court on April 9th at 1:30. You'll get paperwork with that information on it. Do you understand?
Roger that.
Okay. All right. That's all, sir. You're excused.
Privilege, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Joanna M. Doherty.
Miss Doherty, I am seeing you this evening because you've been charged with domestic violence assault. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, ma'am, I am going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. I'm ordering that you have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, Carlos Ortiz. He did not want to have contact with you at this time, and he said that you're not welcome to return to your shared residence, so you're going to need to find somewhere else to go. Do you understand that?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
I did put in the order that you can return one time with a law enforcement escort. So you could take my order to the nearest police station tomorrow and they will go with you to get your things. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then you need to be in Tucson City Court on April 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon, or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
April 29th, where?
At Tucson City Court. You'll get paperwork with that information on.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. You're excused, ma'am.
Thank you.
Lopez, Brian.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Ryan Joseph Lopez, Your Honor.
Mr. Lopez, I am seeing you on some new charges of domestic violence, assault, disorderly conduct, preventing the use of a telephone, and then one more count of disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, I took a look and I think I saw you just a couple of weeks ago with the same alleged victim. And you've got several cases pending now out of Tucson City Court. I'm
Yes.
going to order as to it looks like 5 cases that you have now, that you be held on a $5,000 cash or secured bond. And I'm again ordering that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, that you commit no acts of domestic violence, that you possess no firearms or weapons, you have no contact of any kind still with Desiree, that you not return to her residence or have any other form of contact with her. I am going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. If you are still in custody, you'll have a video hearing on April 9th at 1:30. I am going to vacate the current hearing date that you have of April 21st because you're going to be seen instead on the 9th. If you post your bond, you need to get to Tucson City Court on that date and time, or warrants will issue for your arrest. You understand all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Amir Andrew Miller.
Mr. Miller, I'm seeing you this evening on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and assault. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. Sir, I looks like you've got no prior criminal history. I am going to order that you be released at this time. Pretrial did speak with the alleged victim. She is going to remain at the residence and does not want you to return home. And so you've got to go somewhere else. Do you understand that?
Yes, yes, Honor.
All right, so I'm ordering that you be released on your promise to appear. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence and you have no contact of any kind with Gabrielle, and that you not return to her residence. I am going to put in my order that you could return one time with a law enforcement escort so that you can get your personal belongings. So you would take my court order to the nearest police station tomorrow, and have them go with you to get your things, okay? It doesn't have to be tomorrow, but that would be the soonest. All right, and then you need to be in Tucson City Court on April 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You are going to get paperwork with that information on it. All right, sir?
Okay, thank you.
You're excused.
Patrick.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
My name is Tommy Sanchez.
Mr. Sanchez, I am seeing you this evening on a charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. Pretrial services was not able to get in contact with the alleged victim, so I don't know what her position is, but I'm going to order that you not have contact with her at this time. So do you have somewhere else that you can go for now? Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to order that you have no contact with Esther, that you not return to her residence, except that I will put in my order that you can return one time with a law enforcement escort so that you can get your personal belongings. So you would take my court order to the nearest police station and they will go with you to get your things. You understand? All right, and then you're going to need to be in Tucson City Court on April 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You will get paperwork with that information on it. Make sure you get to that hearing, okay? You're welcome. You're excused, sir. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Lee Terrence Scott.
Right, Mr. Scott, I'm seeing you this evening on charges of domestic violence assault and 2 counts of disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, my inclination was to hold you on some kind of a bond. The alleged victim says that she wants you to return home, and she has no objections to your release from custody. So given that, I'm gonna release you hesitantly. My biggest concern is just the allegation that this happened in front of a child or children. So I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence, but I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear in court. And then you need to be in Tucson City Court on April 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon, or warrant will issue for your arrest. You will get paperwork with that information on it. Just need to make sure you get to that hearing. All right, sir?
Okay.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Carlos Ortiz.
Mr. Ortiz, I'm seeing you this evening on a charge of disorderly conduct, domestic violence. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and order that you appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, I think I just saw the one of the alleged victims in your case. I think I released her from custody, but told her that she can't have contact with you based on what you told pretrial services. Let's see. No, I'm good. Thank you. Both she and the sister both said that that you're welcome to return home and that they don't object to your release from custody, that they want to have contact with you. So are you still wanting to have no contact with them?
With who's them? My sister and her?
Okay, so Joanna is your girlfriend, right? Or ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Ramona's your sister?
That's my mom.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Your sister and Ramona's her. So both of them, both Joanna and your mom spoke to pretrial and said that they want to have contact with you. Oh, I see. You don't live with Joanna, right?
She lives with me.
Okay. So I told her she can't go back to your residence.
Okay.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll just leave it at that then. And I'll leave her no contact order in place. I am going to release you on your promise to appear in court, order that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. And then you're going to need to be in Tucson City Court on April 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. You will get paperwork with that information on it. You understand all of that?
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Michaela, Hop.
Hi, Ms. Hoff. Seeing you this evening on a couple of different matters. You have a new felony charge of criminal damage, and then you've got some matters out of Tucson City Court that we'll deal with next. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. So, looks like the state is recommending that I hold you on an $1,100 bond.
I don't have any money. I know that I have to take care of all my courts. Okay.
I'll hear from defense on that recommendation.
Your Honor, she's lived in Tucson for a long time. She reports that she does have a friend who she has housing with at the moment. She would like to be released. I assume the court is going to hold her on the number of misdemeanor failures to appear, so I would ask for a $500 bond.
I don't have any money that would never be paid. I don't my parents don't have money. I don't have money. I don't work right now.
So, ma'am, I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash or secured bond, released to.
I I'll stay here if I don't pay it.
I understand. All right, release to pretrial if posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No return to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 9th.
I don't have any money, so I have to work for that, you know? So I would do my time and then get released for after that. I'll do my time and get released after that.
All right, Tucson City Court. There's some new charges, but it doesn't look like she was booked in on those. And then some 2022 charges that were in warrant status on those. I'll order a $250 cash or secured bond. Appoint the city public defender there. What is this? Judge number 7. Because you can win Surrey. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, we'll set a hearing in Tucson City Court on April 8th at 1:45. And if out of custody, it would be on April 24th at 2 o'clock. That's all, ma'am. You're excused. Okay. Think it should be our Spanish speaker next.
That's correct.
A ver. English, Spanish.
Still haven't.
Hi, sir, can I get your full name?
Hola,
José,
señor, ¿me puede dar su nombre completo?
José Enrique Mata.
Mr. Mata, I am seeing you this evening on charges of theft of means of transportation and burglary in the third degree.
Muy bien, señor Mata, aquí lo estoy viendo debido a unas acusaciones de robo de un medio de transporte y allanamiento con fines de robo en el tercer grado.
You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Tiene derecho a guardar silencio, cualquier cosa que diga puede usarse en su contra.
You do have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Usted sí tiene derecho a un abogado, voy a asignar a defensoría de oficio para representarlo.
Sir, the state is okay with you being released to pretrial services supervision, so that's what I'm going to order.
La fiscalía está dispuesta a dejarlo en libertad bajo la vigilancia de servicios previos a juicio, entonces eso es lo que voy a ordenar.
You need to check in with pretrial services when you are released. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them.
Usted tiene que reportarse con servicios previos al juicio. Una vez que lo pongan en libertad, voy a ordenar que usted se someta a la vigilancia o tratamiento que ellos le indiquen.
We will set a preliminary hearing for April 21st. But sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date.
Muy bien, señor, voy a programar una audiencia preliminar para la fecha 21 de abril. Sin embargo, lo más probable es que no suceda en esa fecha.
You're going to get a hearing at a later date. And so you need to make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court so that a warrant doesn't issue for your arrest.
Entonces, lo más probable es que lo programen para una fecha después. Entonces, tiene que mantenerse en comunicación con servicios previos al juicio y con su abogado, y para llegar bien a la audiencia para que luego no le emiten orden de arresto en su contra.
You understand all of that, sir?
¿Usted
Sí.
entiende todo eso, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You're excused.
Muy bien, gracias. Ya puede retirarse.
Hey. Are we all set up with our CART interpreter?
Yes.
Oh, hello. Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name, please?
My name is Tanae Jones.
Ms. Jones, I am seeing you this evening on some new charges of domestic violence, assault, criminal damage, and 2 counts of disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal.
Okay.
I understand that we have one of the alleged victims on the line, Maisha Bennett.
She said she's saying I'm visiting here from California.
Okay. So we have one of the victims on the line, Maisha Bennett. Ms. Bennett, if you could unmute yourself and tell me what you would like.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, what would you like me to know, ma'am? And go slow so that the interpreter can keep up.
She's not allowed to come back over here to my house or my mom's house no more.
She's saying, okay.
So, ma'am, where would you go if you were released?
I'll just go back home to California.
You understand that you're still gonna have to deal with these charges.
Yes, I know.
Ms. Bennett, did you have any objection to her being released? I mean, aside from the understanding that she can't return to the residence.
No, just as long as she doesn't come over here. Yeah, just to meet on my mom's house. Both of us, she's not allowed over here on the property at all.
She's saying, okay.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. And sorry, Ms. Bennett, do you want to have no contact? Do you and your mother want to have no contact at this time?
My mom just wants to go pick her up, but I don't want no contact.
Okay.
She's saying I can't contact my mom to let her know what time.
So I'm going to order that you have no contact with your sister.
Right. Okay, just mom.
But yes, just mom. All right.
Okay.
And then you're going to need to make sure that you're in touch with Tucson City Court so that you can make arrangements to appear by video or find out if you need to come back here to deal with this.
Because yes, I've done that before.
Great. Your hearing is May 2nd at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Can you put that down on paper so I'll remember?
Yes, you will get paperwork with that information on it. And I'm going to vacate the current hearing date of April 9th.
Okay. So you're sure it's canceled?
Yes, I put it down here on your conditions of release that will go to the court and you'll get a copy of it.
Okay.
Right, ma'am, you understand everything?
Yes, I do.
Very good. You're excused.
So do I go home today then or tomorrow? Which one?
You'll get released tonight, and so you'll be able to contact your mom and let her know when to come get you.
So, but I don't know how to contact her because I don't have a phone and I can't talk on the phone. How do I let her know?
Unfortunately, I don't know how that's going to work. Your sister's on the line right now, and it sounds like your mom's maybe in the background. And so I can't tell you how long it's going to take for her to be released. I know that it usually takes an hour or more.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And Your Honor, can I be excused as
Yes.
the interpreter?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Perfect.
Sure. Excuse me.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Julio Castellanos.
Mr. Castellanos, I'm seeing you this evening on a few different matters. You've got a new charges of possession of dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm also seeing you on a fugitive warrant that you have for a parole violation out of Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'm seeing you on some new misdemeanor charges that'll be handled out of Tucson City Court for DUI, refusing to give your true name, no valid driver's license, and speeding. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney on the felony matters. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I wonder if that should be legal defender's office since that's who handles fugitive warrants. Yeah. So I'm going to give him the LD for his, yeah. Okay. Do you want me to make a note or something? Okay. All right. I got it. All right. So I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you on those matters out of Superior Court. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I have to hold you without bond on the fugitive warrant case because it's a parole violation. And you'll have a hearing on that this coming up in just a few days on April 3rd at 2:30 in the afternoon in Superior Court. But you will be held without bond at this time.
I got a question, ma'am.
Yes.
Would I be flown over there, or they're gonna come pick me up in a vehicle?
Your attorney's gonna talk to you about that. All right, so you're gonna have some options at the hearing this week in terms of how you want to handle the case, but you're gonna have to take care of these local matters first. So your attorney will talk to you about all of that.
Okay.
Okay, so all right, so that takes care of the fugitive warrant, and then on the drug possession case, since you're going to be in custody on that, I'm going to cash or secured bond on that so that you're getting time credit, pretrial services if you were to be released, and we're going to set what's called a steps hearing, where you'll find out whether or not you're eligible for a drug diversion program. That hearing is going to be on April 8th at 9 o'clock, and then we'll set the preliminary hearing for April 9th. And then on the city court charges, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest, and if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. On those matters, I'll order another $500 cash or secured bond, order that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you do not drive without a valid driver's license. I'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you there. You're going to have a video review hearing on April 8th at 1:45 with Judge Mayhew in Tucson City Court. All right, you're going to get paperwork with all of that information on it. You understand? All right, you're excused. Hey, Ty, what was your recommendation on this next one? I see dismiss on the drug charges, but what about the theft of means?
Pretrial.
Oh,
Oh, did it not come through?
yeah, it didn't for some reason, but no problem.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name? Oh, you're muted.
Gavushka Marshall File.
Mr. File, I am seeing you this evening on a few different matters. You've got some new felony charges. You were arrested on drug possession charges, but the state has moved to dismiss those. So I will order that those be dismissed without prejudice. And then you were also arrested for a theft of means of transportation charge. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. So, state's recommending pretrial services release. However, I've got a pretty significant stack of Tucson City court cases that are all in warrant status. So I've got to hold him on these so he can get to court to deal with those. But so does defense have a position? Do you want me to still release him to pretrial on the felony, or hold him on a small, like $100 bond or something?
Your Honor, $100 bond for time credit seems appropriate.
Okay, sounds good. So that'll be $100 cash bond on that one, and preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 9th. Right. And these are all 2023 and 2024 cases out of Tucson City Court. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 files, mostly involving drug paraphernalia, drug possession, criminal trespass, etc. All right, on those, I'm going to order a $1,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured. I'll appoint the city public defender, and video review hearing will be on April 8th at 1:45. All right, sir, that's all. You're excused.
Your Honor.
Yes.
On the back to the felony for the theft of means, you ordered the bond, but if he posts the bond, is it pretrial services?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Alana Lisette Gastella.
Ms. Castellum, I'm seeing you this evening on charges of endangerment, criminal damage, aggravated assault. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So, ma'am, based on the fact that you've got no criminal history, the state is recommending that you be released to pretrial services. So I'm inclined to do that, but there's going to be some strict conditions involving no alcohol or illegal drugs, no driving with, I'm just going to order no driving at this time. And I'm going to order that pretrial services monitor you for alcohol. Do you agree to abide by all of those conditions?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So you'll be released to pretrial. You need to get in contact with them, monitoring or treatment as directed by them, and those conditions that I already went over with you. You'll also get in contact with the public defender's office. So preliminary hearing is April 21st, but that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So it's really important that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. You understand?
I understand.
All right, you're excused.
Just go down the stairs, you hit the stairs. And then back where you, the ladies are there? Yeah.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Raúl Oscar Labrador Velarde.
Mr. Labrador Velarde, I am seeing you this evening on a charge of fraudulent schemes and artifices. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So, sir, the state is okay with you being released to pretrial services, so that's what I'm going to order. You need to make sure that you get in contact with them when you're released. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them, and I am ordering that you do not return to Walmart. Do you understand those conditions?
I understand, ma'am.
All right, preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 21st, but sir, that hearing is very likely not happening on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date, so you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that a warrant doesn't issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you.
Mendes.
Hey, can I get your full name?
John Mendes.
Mr. Mendez, I'm seeing you this evening on charges of criminal damage, DUI while operating a commercial vehicle and leaving the scene of an accident. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. So, all right, sir. So the state is asking that I hold you on a $50,000 bond given these allegations here and the seriousness. I also see that there is a history of DUI and just like within a couple of weeks released from custody. So I'll hear from defense on their recommendation.
Your Honor, he doesn't live in Arizona, but he does have the ability to put himself up in a hotel and stay here while the case is pending. I did have an opportunity to talk with him, and I think there could be some intellectual issues at play. I'd ask that you set the bond at $10,000.
I'm going to order a $25,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. I'm ordering, sir, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm ordering that you do not drive any vehicle. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial, and if you were to post that bond, I'm ordering that pretrial services test you for alcohol. Preliminary hearing
Your
date.
Honor.
Yes.
Sorry, I think it might have been drug related.
Ah, okay. I'll put alcohol or drug.
That wasn't even drunk. It was a
Put alcohol and drug. All right. Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 9th. But sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so you know when to get to court so that a warrant doesn't issue for your arrest. All right, that's all. You're excused.
done. Yeah, you can go in the back, go ahead. And break it yourself. Yeah. Very important. And sit down.
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Pamela Locklear.
Miss Locklear, I am seeing you this evening on a couple of different matters. You were charged with possession of narcotic drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. However, the state has moved to dismiss those charges. So I'm going to order that those be dismissed without prejudice at this time. You were also arrested on misdemeanor charges of assault, 3 counts of disorderly conduct, and preventing the use of a telephone in an emergency. Those are domestic violence offenses. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, ma'am, pretrial services did speak with the alleged victims. It looks like it's your mother and your son. They don't object to your release from custody, so I'm inclined to release you, but I don't want you to return to the residence at this time. Do you have somewhere else that you can go?
Yes, I can go to my friend's house in Green Valley.
All right. Then I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, that you commit no acts of domestic violence, and that you not return to your mother and son's residence at this time. I will put in my order that you can return one time with a law enforcement escort to collect your personal belongings. So you would take my order to the nearest police station and they will go with you to get your things. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your mom and your son, just to be clear, do want to have contact with you. I'm just ordering that you not return to the residence, but you can call them or have contact with them, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. And then your hearing in Tucson City Court, is going to be on May 7th at 10 o'clock in the morning. You're going to get paperwork with that information on it. It's more than a month away, so make sure that you remember you've got to get to that hearing so that a warrant doesn't issue for your arrest, okay?
Awesome.
All right, you're excused.
Okay, thank you.
So let's see, where are we going to get shifted over to Ajo? Yeah. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Keep it honest.
This is just a last misdemeanor that I have to handle so everybody else can be excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Have a
night.
great night.
Thanks.
And I think we
Thanks for letting me know.
no problem. Yes, he did. That's what threw it off. He randomly went ahead. Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Maria Mercedes Rivera.
All right, Miss Ortiz, I am seeing you on. It looks like you got a charge of domestic violence, failure to comply with a court order, but I did not get a police report, so I cannot hold you at this time. So I'm gonna order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. Pretrial services did speak with the alleged victim, Mr. Ochoa. He said that he does not object to your release from custody and that you're welcome to return to the residence. But I'm also seeing that he's got an active order of protection against you, so you can't return to his residence or you'll be in violation of that, which is what you are arrested for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Unless
At that time, huh?
Unless he goes to court to drop that, it's an active
that's
order of
what we-
protection and you're going to keep getting in trouble for that.
Yeah. At that time when he had did it, we were going through a separation at that time, and I'm not sure when we really then, like, I think it's been 2 months already since we reconciled, and I'm not sure why he never went back to do what he had to do. He never mentioned it to me, so I'm not sure why he never went back and got it fixed.
Why did you get arrested?
Because we went to Rocky Point and we were coming back, and I don't know, they just stopped us. We didn't know what was going on.
Okay, yeah, he's got to get into court to deal with that, like tomorrow.
Yeah, because like I said, yeah, and I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, he was with me. He knew, like, I mean, you know what I mean? He knew.
Right.
I mean, we're together.
Yeah. So, I'm going to make a note just so that the judge knows what happened, but so I'm ordering that you be released. And then you've got to get to Pima County Justice Court on April 9th at 10:30 in the morning. You're going to get that paperwork with that information on it, so that you can explain that to the judge. But all I can tell you is that as long as that order of protection is in place, you're violating it and putting yourself at risk of getting arrested if you guys are living together. So hopefully you can go take care of that quickly. Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. That's all. You're excused.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.